Hey everybody, it's Redhead Stepchild coming at you now. Hello everyone and welcome back to the RHSCLP of SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab. In the last episode we committed a few crimes by breaking into some garages, stealing tools, and stealing some parts. And then we started adding turbos to beat Gary. So last episode wasn't too heroic, and I feel like we're probably wanted now in several areas of Bikini Bottom for crimes against Fishmanity. However, let's just get back into it. So in the last episode we were looking for turbos, so we're going to go through here and try to get more. Come down here. Mrs. Puff earlier told us to smash some buttons, so let's see what these buttons do. They allow us to get up there and smash more buttons. Woohoo! Wonderful. Can we destroy these boxes? No, we can't. Okay. There's some Z's down there that you can get. There's some Z's over here that you can get. And there were some enemies above that button let out. I'll see there's another bridge here that will have to be brought up so we can get past this area. I don't think the enemies can fall down from the platforms above. I think you pretty much have to be on the same platform as them for them to attack you. So I think as long as you're away from them, you don't have to worry about getting hit unexpectedly. However, here they are. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I missed. Oh, no. Okay. Let's go back. There we go. Sometimes it happens where you just... Oh my gosh. Where you just miss like that and... Is that all of them? I thought there were 4. Was there just the 3? I guess there's just the 3. Okay. Yeah, it's easy to miss with the dash and everything if you're... Oh my gosh. The dash is real... Oh. So for some reason they put this as a ledge, so you can't actually dash around it, and you can't even walk over it. You have to jump. That's really weird. I wonder why they did that. As I said, a lot of things about this game aren't bad. It's just, why did they design it this way? It's just more of a question of, like, why, rather than, oh my gosh, this game's so bad. It's really strange. See, there's no ledge on this side. I don't know why they put one over on this side over here. But anyway, we have some more enemies over here that we can take care of. They're not too difficult, so it's just free Z's practically. I hit my dash that time. And here's another turbo.
Prepare to give up your Speed King crown.
So we unlocked the save point, so we healed up ourselves. And now we get to go further in the level. That fish's eyes look demented. Quite terrifying. A few more enemies over here, they go down pretty easily. The sand slap in this game is really good. You can just defeat so many enemies with it. You wouldn't expect it to be as good as it is, but... Oh, come over here. These platforms are going to sink, so now we have to use these screws to get across. And can I jump over here? Okay.
Oh, someone's trying to block me off, huh? But no one can stop Speed King SquarePants.
Go on, dash that spark plug.
So now it looks like we have to find a way to get through that. And apparently using the spark plugs will help. These tires aren't bad to avoid. It's mainly just taking your time. If you take your time and don't try to rush it, then you'll get through those tires no problem. But if you do rush it, it's very hard. It's very easy to get mixed up and wind up falling or getting hit.
Just call me SpongeBob SquarePants. Bap!
Of course, even then, like, it's not too bad losing health, because as you saw in the last fight, I missed a lot of my dash attacks, and I still didn't lose that much health. Over here, the arrows tell us where we need to go. So if we come over here and hit to the left, it's a little bit of a maze, but it's not too bad, because as long as you just follow it. Plus, it won't move in the area that you're not allowed to move it, so you don't have to worry about messing it up forever and making it hard on yourself. It's just come up here, dash forward, dash to the left. I wish there would have been more of a puzzle where, like, they didn't give you arrows, you just had to figure it out. I thought that would have been pretty interesting, but I guess they just didn't. I guess they just wanted to have you follow a set route.
My goodness, you're becoming one of my best pupils.
Thank you, Mrs. Puff. Okay, so the Z's tell us where to go. So jump. Wait. Actually, I'm gonna... Okay, yeah, so even if you rush, it's not too bad. You can take it 2 at a time and still be fine. You just have to be careful when you do. But we got another turbo. We got some things to avoid here. I don't know why those give me such a problem. Jump over the oil. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the double jump has a little bit of weird weightiness to it. But if you look up there, there's a giant engine block.
The biggest and most shiny thing I have ever seen.
Use the dash attack to push that spark block into its slot, and you'll find what it is you seek.
Ah, button. I was always hoping for one of those. The search for the button is even greater than the search for the One Ring or anything like that. Search for the button is the only mission. So come up here. Now, sad as it is, we can't put that on our car because that would probably make us go insanely fast. It would probably crush us under its own weight. Which, as I said, is very sad because that would be wonderful to have that giant engine block up there. Come over here and put the spark plug in its place. It's a perfect fit. So the engine kind of started there, but it still needs a little more energy. So if you come up here to the other spark plug. You just put it in its slot over here.
Slide part A into slot K.
It's getting a little more juice, but still not enough to get there. Oh, but if you come over here real quick, you can actually see SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick's house over here, right by the racetrack. So it's a cool little detail. It's kind of weird how they have that weird yellowish tint to them. SpongeBob's pineapple kind of look like the head's on fire. Squidward's house does not look up to structural standards. That looks very tilted, like it should fall. There's also a gate covering both of those houses. Patrick's rock, it looks pretty similar because it's a rock. It's really hard to change a rock. It does have that kind of greenish tint to it, but the other houses have that too, so that makes sense. Don't even come over here yet. So over here is the last spark plug, it looks like. So come over here. Put the spark plug in its place. What will happen?
I'm a master mechanic!
We have another spark plug to do. Come over here, put it all the way in its place. That's one problem I have with kind of these levels at the beginning, is that it seems like there are a lot of filler in them because they just want you to do things, but it doesn't really feel like there's a point to putting all these spark plugs in.
A perfect fit!
Still going.
That's what I call...
And there we go. That's all the power it needs. So, is it okay? It's over here. So let's get back over here to where the Z's are. You'll see this gate's moving now. And it's a lift. So now we can go from the bottom to the top. So as you can see, there's a button here. And our quest for the button is over. All hail the button. So if we press the button, there's a big exhaust that comes out from the engine. So come over here to where the arrows are. Press the button again. It blows out that door, and you can see another turbo part. However, I do not want to get that yet because I want to go ahead and move the winch over here. Because it opens one more area, and inside is a plankton sleepy seed.
Just call me SpongeBob Demolition Detective.
Let's go ahead and dash into this enemy. I wish that if you were fighting smaller enemies, then the dash would just go right through them so you could just breeze through them and into larger enemies. You found a sleepy seed. You need lots of these to unlock characters in the last level, so get searching. Yep. Get ready to hear that a lot because they tell you a lot. At least it's not like Twilight Princess where every time that you start a new game, you got a blue rupee, you got a gold rupee, you got a red rupee. Skyward Sword. Hey, you know this item that you got 50,000 times? There's 100 million of them on the ground? Yeah. Well, just in case you don't know, here's a little more info about them. Just frustrating. Okay, so there's some grapple points. There's some Z's down here that we can go ahead and grab. I think it's just the two back here. I don't think there's any. This would have been a good spot right here to hide a gold Z, I think. Because you see the two, and if you're not going for a lot of Z's, you can be like, well, I don't care about those. But then if you get down there and there's a gold one, it's like, oh, there's a little reward for searching. Rewarding players is always nice. So come up here, jump, jump. Yeah, in those sections it's important not to move the control stick because it's really easy to mess it up if you're using the control stick. If you look, there's... Stars look like they need power, otherwise those winches won't work, so get down there and start them up. So we have to use those winches, however, we can't use the winches until we get the spark plug in its place. Is this the room I'm thinking of? Yes, this should be what yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. There's something important coming up here. Let's come over here, use the it's not a winch. It's a spark plug. Put the spark plug in its place. It lights up that tower, and the winch gets to working. And voila! Voila. I don't know why I said voila. Voila. Like Waluigi for Smash. Get rid of all the bad guys. Yep, voila. The tower is working, and the winch is powered up, and now there's anchor points for us to cross. It seems kind of weird that they needed to explain that the winches need power because you can't really get over there until you get the spark plug in place to start the thing anyway. It would have been better if they had those. In my opinion, it would have been better for them to have those anchor points up there and then just not have the winch work. Because then you actually have the fact that you could just go over and start the winches. However, they're not working. Same thing with this button here, because now it presses. Come over here and get some Z's. You see there's another spark plug place here, however, doesn't look like there's any more in the area. So that's kind of weird. Come over here, get the Z's, and climb back up this tower. You can get over to the anchor points and start swinging. So, grapple, 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 and there we go. We just gotta winch this. That will lower the car, giving us better ways to move. Grapple back over. Or we could just alternatively... Actually, I should have just fallen, because then I can go ahead and get these Z's down here. Instead, I did the platforming, and then wound up doing nothing with it. But you know what? It's fine. Just makes me better at the grapple, because apparently I'm not that good at it. So there's more grapple points over here. So, grapple, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit the button. Thought for sure I was going to miss that, because I kind of was using momentum when I got there. So if you look, that compactor is destroying all those cars, giving us another opportunity to go farther. Oh, and if you look over there, you can see the CP seat. However, we haven't got down there yet. We haven't got up there yet, so how do we get there? The answer is simple. Over here. So do you remember what I was saying about that spark plug slot? We'll come over here and press the button. the spark plug opens up, and now we can actually access that that opening and get our sleepy seed. This is the beginning of the part of the game where the sleepy seeds are kind of harder to get, I believe. Because at the beginning, they weren't too bad. They were kind of in our way. You saw them during a lot of cinematics. That was the first... The one behind the engine block, if you were just going for the turbos, you would have never known to do the other one. So it would have been easy to miss that one. And with this one, if you weren't paying attention to the button, it would be very easy to not notice this tower over here. Oh, I missed it. And miss it that way. So this is the beginning of the part of the game where it's... You do have to actually look for them. So come over here.
Ooh, something starfishy about that.
I hope SpongeBob was proud of that. Starfish pun. What can I say? I do like puns. They are pretty great. So come back over here. Can actually get to the area that we were supposed to get to. So it opens up on the track. And look, another turbo. I'm so glad our adventures come to this safe and happy conclusion. We're gonna get this last turbo and beat Gary. Oh, of course. And there it goes out of our way. Well, what kind of video game would it be if it didn't give you the reward and then just take it away from you at the very last second? We just stand here and slay and slap. They pretty much come to you. Okay, so there's 2 armor guys along with 2 little guys. Wow, they came up to you very quickly. I'm kind of amazed that the cutscene just let them come up to you so fast. It made them a little more difficult because you had to be like, oh my gosh, they're coming. And now it's just armor guys. So come over here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one first just because he's alone. And then, can we get 2 of them at a time? Nope. It's really hard to get them 2 at a time. It's really easy to get the little guys as 2 at a time. However, these guys, I don't even know if it's possible for sure. Just got a few ones to get. And is that all of them? Yes, it is. Okay. Over here we got a lot of Z's that we can collect as a reward for beating all those enemies. The ones that you get from enemies, they will disappear after a while, so you should get them first. But the way that the pattern was laid out here, I'm not sure which ones were which. But looks like that's all of them. Yeah, alright, let's go ahead and get this last turbo.
Another great car part. Or maybe it's a
Once again, SpongeBob saying what I think when I hear things about cars. Oh, toaster, cool. Oh, that works for a car? Oh, now I'm less sad. That means no toast. Time to put the butter away. Let's go ahead and save our game here.
Gary, eh? Things are really heating up now, Dale.
That's why I'm wearing my fireproof underpants, Rick. See?
I really didn't need to see that. Is that a snail up there?
Yes, Rick, it is. Or perhaps someone cleverly disguised as a snack.
Alright, so now the hot rod has been upgraded. You can turbo whenever you like. Press R to turbo up to 5 times per lap. So that's awesome. We now get the opportunity to turbo. So as you can see down there, there's a bunch of wheels. So if you press the R button, you can turbo. But let's go ahead and use this boost pad so we can save up our turbos while we can. At least they didn't tell you the other controls, like press A to accelerate, press B to stop. I mean, the things they already told you several times. At least now it's new information about, oh look, you can turbo. It's not like they said, hey, look, you can turbo. And also, in addition to that new thing, here's the old things that you've been doing for 3 races now. Yeah, this is our 3rd race. No, this is our 4th race, because we had our time trial, then we had our race against Patrick, and then Plankton, and now Gary. Huh. Go ahead and use a turbo there. So it's a pretty good turbo. You can get across the board pretty easily. I don't think you necessarily need the turbos. I just think they're there to kind of make the race go faster for you. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of bombs I just hit. I do like how Gary's bombs are his shell. It's really funny. They do a good job of adapting things to the characters. You don't really think of Patrick as like a cartoony bomb guy, but you do think of Plankton as more of the mines, the sophisticated attacks. Gary makes sense that his would be shells. Although if he used his dead brethren to create weaponry to win a race, that's pretty messed up and actually pretty dark, and now I'm sad that he uses that. So on that note, let's get back to think about the race. So, as I said before, it's not much of a change. The stuff that happened in the earlier race is still here, so that weird funnel type shape, it's still there, leading into Mrs. Puff's boating school. There's not much that's changed about it. That's one thing is I wish they did make the races a little bit more dynamic, because they are very dynamic. I mean, they change a lot throughout the race. Oh my gosh, this area is so bad because that area's up there, and then he just comes out of nowhere and starts using his bombs. It's really hard to miss those. Go ahead and use up our last turbo, and we have our third lap starting. This should be the final one, I think. I don't think they changed this one to 4. Gary's going off the side there, so we don't have to worry about his bombs for a little bit. Come back up here. You can go on to Mrs. Puff's boating school.
So this is what you've been doing when I'm at work. Long live the Speed King.
Go ahead and use a turbo just so we can get up there. Oh, actually. Oh, I thought I was going to pass him.
Look at me go.
It's really wonky if you could pass the AI because they kind of freak out. They don't know what they're doing. It's not the easiest thing to do. Hey, look, I missed the bombs that time. Awesome. I'm proud of myself. I'm getting better at games at the moment that it doesn't matter anymore because the race is over. Wonderful. Go over there. We win the race.
This car's awesome. I love to feel the wind in my pores. We're an unbeatable team, baby. We're number 1. We're number 1.
If you look at that, SpongeBob fell off a cliff, and he is now dead. And the game's over. So thank you very much for watching the first ever RHSCLP. It's been wonderful. I'm kidding, of course. SpongeBob is still alive. Or he may not be. We don't know for sure. But it looked like it's been about the time that I want it to be. So we'll go ahead and finish this part of the game. We'll go ahead and go on to the next part of the game in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned, and I will meet you back here for the next episode of SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab. This is Redhead Stepchild, signing off.